Perfect. Well, good afternoon, everybody. And we finished the deal with Rohrman this morning over in Lafayette. So officially, welcome to the Zeigler family. We're excited to have all of you as part of the organization. So I'm going to be pretty brief today. I know we got a lot of things going on, but I just wanted to get in front of you and tell you kind of what I got. 4 main goals going forward that we want to accomplish. We hit these goals and we're going to be unstoppable going forward. So, we're a pretty big organization with 41 stores, but it's going to feel like a small organization to you. I always want to have that family feel to it. So you're going to hear us talk a lot about family. And number one goal for me is to make sure that we've got a happy team and that everybody's engaged. It's the only way you can have happy customers if we've got happy employees. And when I talk about family, think about a family, right? Family, you look out for each other. You got each other's backs. We try to break down these walls between different departments, and we're all one team. Not only this dealership, but you're going to find out all of our other dealerships will work really well with you together, and it's a big advantage. We got 4 Subaru stores, including Lafayette, which is one of the largest in the country. So they've got a ton of inventory. So think about just being access to new Subarus, right? You're going to sell every Subaru you can get. I don't know how to put this, but it's kind of a forced sale with Rohrman. Subaru really wanted Rohrman out bad, and this goes back like 40 years ago. So no fault of any of your own, but there had been a bridge that was burnt there a long time ago. So Subaru did absolutely no favors for you guys in the past. I've got a wonderful relationship with Subaru. So they handpicked us to do these 2 deals. And with that's going to come a lot of positive things now. So Casey Griffin, he runs about 1/3 of the country for Subaru, called me up today. He was the one that handpicked us for this. First thing he told me is he's like, hey, I'm going to plus you guys 40 cars a month between your 2 stores. So you're going to get 20 extra cars every month right now in Fort Wayne, 20 extra cars, new cars in Lafayette, in addition to everything else that we've got coming. And there is some special things with new dealer allocations and stuff like that. So you're going to have the inventory coming. The great thing with that is you sell those, we turn them, we get that turn and earn, right? The volume kind of keeps going up. So that'll be awesome. When we talk about really working together as a family, helping each other out, I'm not a big job title person. It's just whatever needs to be done at that particular time, like everybody will dive in and do. When you think about like a family, say you're walking down the street and your brother's in a fight. You don't even know what the fight's about, but you're gonna jump in and help your brother, right? Right. It's kind of how it is with us. So I'm not telling you to go get into it, but you got each other's backs, right? Like we're all in this together, myself included. So I'll do anything I can do to help you guys out. So will our team. You haven't had a whole lot of support in the past. We've got a really good support team behind the scenes that can help you guys out. So part of the happiness and engagement is making sure that you guys have all the tools that you need daily basis. So I'm going to invest in whatever you guys need out there. So I know your car wash is a piece of junk that you had. We threw that out in the deal. So they're gonna keep that. We're going to come, we'll put a really good car wash in going forward, right? The reason why they bought the one they did is because it was cheap. I don't do stuff cheap, I do stuff right. So, let Brian know what you need, let Sam know what you need, let our team know what you need. We'll make sure you get the tools that you need to do your job. I told you guys up front in the opening meeting that we're going to do something major with the facility. We've got a really good location. Normally, I just come and build a new ground-up dealership. That still may be a possibility if we can find the right site, but this location's as good as it gets. We're on the busiest intersection in the state of Indiana, so we can do some things with this piece of property and add on both sales and service to give you guys the room that you're going to need going forward. We're going to move pretty quick on that. So we'll start working with the architects almost immediately. That we build a lot of buildings, we're under construction a lot. We're building a ground-up new Subaru dealership in Maribel right now. At any one time, we've got 4 or 5 dealerships under construction. Dan heads up all those projects. He's got a team that he works with, of architects, builders, stuff like that. So we've got the ability to knock this stuff out. And we'll want your feedback on things that you think we need in the building going forward too. So we want positive feedback. So we want to know what you guys like that we're doing that you like. We'll keep doing them. But we also want the negative feedback too, or things that you think that we can improve upon. So the best thing for us is just have an open, honest communication. So we don't have all the answers, but like collectively in this room, we're going to have all the answers going forward, right? We'll figure it out together. So the more feedback you can give us, the stronger this thing will be moving forward. Second thing that's really important to me, world-class culture. So it's really hard to describe a world-class culture, but y'all know you can feel it when you walk in. If you wake up in the morning, you're excited to go to work, and you get to work and there's a lot of energy, and you like the people that you're working with, you're making good money, you're having a lot of fun at work, that's a world-class culture to me. So that's my goal with any business. It's the foundation in which the business is built on. If you've got that world-class culture, everything else will take care of itself. Another part of world-class culture is trust. So I think I said this in my opening meeting. The most important thing in any relationship is trust. If myself or one of my executive team tells you something, you can take it to the bank. It's going to happen exactly that way. It's that unwavering integrity. So I won't always tell you what you want to hear, but I will be honest with you. Okay, so you know that I'm shooting you straight. And then we ask you guys to do the same thing with us as well. The third thing is, and this is how I built this business, is an exceptional customer experience. And if you think about what we sell, Subaru is a great product. It's got a great following. I almost say it's like a cult, because these people are so loyal. But you can buy a Subaru somewhere else. They got to go a long ways away. We got one hell of a big market. It's a 2-hour drive, right? That is like, I don't think any other dealership in the country has that advantage. When I looked at the map, I'm like, oh my God, it's like 2 hours away. That's insane. In Chicago, like every 3 miles, I've got another dealership on top of us. But the product's not unique. So it ultimately is a commodity. So you can buy the same product for basically the same price somewhere else. You can get the product service somewhere else. So we can't control the product. We can't control, pricing, stuff like that. But what we can control is that customer experience. And if we own that customer experience, and we do, I call them these wow factors. If a customer comes in, you do these little things that kind of wow them, you're going to absolutely kill everybody else. And our goal is to give a better customer experience than anybody else out there. So the one thing you'll never hear me talk about, I never worry about making money. I never worry about profitability at a dealership. I go, if we do the right things by our customers, we'll be fine. We'll make good money. Everybody in this room will. So there's always going to be things that go wrong. I don't care if it's sales or service with a customer, right? So we want anybody in the room, I don't care what your position is, you can take care of a customer. And so all you do is put yourself in the customer's shoes and go, man, what would I want if I was that customer? What are my expectations? So if something goes wrong, fix it. You got to spend some money on a customer, we're okay with that. You don't have to run to a manager and ask permission to do it. The worst case scenario is you spend a little too much money to make somebody a little too happy. I'm good with that, right? I look at it as like a form of advertising almost. That's going to bring people back. So when I was in Lafayette earlier today, I spent a lot of time, the factory's based out of there. And the factory, this is crazy, but the next closest dealership is a 2-hour round trip. It's an hour each way. Less than 40% of the factory employees are buying locally in Lafayette. More than 60% of them are driving 2 hours round trip to do sales and service. Blew me away. And it was because it goes back like before anybody in this room was there, Rohrman had this bad reputation 40 years ago. And to no fault of anybody here, but you kind of inherited that, right? So they're over here with this bad reputation. We start today neutral. Nobody knows Zeigler in Fort Wayne. So we're already way ahead of where you're at before. But the great thing is we start building our reputation today. We build that into an excellent reputation, and like the sky will be the limit on what you can do going forward, right? So if you're focused, I don't care what your position is, you're walking through the showroom, ask somebody if they've been waited on. If they haven't, even if you're not in sales, whatever, get them to the right person, right? Just help people out. If they're in service, ask them if they've been waited on. so you can all help each other from those aspects. And it's little things that you can do to make that customer comfortable. I don't care if it's getting them water, a soda, or whatever it is, helping them out. You do that, and you own that customer experience, and it'll blow you away how much value that we can do going forward. Subaru in the last 10 years has quadrupled the number of cars they sell in the United States, and they haven't had one dealership. Think about that. That is a powerful brand. So I've got all these different brands. I've got Mercedes, BMW, all the domestics. Subaru is the number one brand I want right now, and that's why I specifically wanted these stores, because we got into this world a couple of years ago, and I was blown away by how good this brand is, how loyal the customers are, and how this brand keeps growing going forward. So the opportunity is just endless, and we get this customer experience thing right, and I know we're going to absolutely kill it going forward. The last thing, if you do the first three things, we do the first three things right, the last thing's going to take care of itself, and that's we want to be the number one dealership in Fort Wayne. The reality is a market this size should have at least 2 Subaru stores, but they don't. They're not putting another one here. We're the only game in town. Matter of fact, like I said, we're the only game for about 2 hours around here. So we got this just enormous market out there, this enormous opportunity. I talked about how we're going to get extra cars from the factory right now coming in. It's going to happen fast. The other side of things with used cars is we made a deal to buy a lot of Vermon's used cars at a discounted value. So we're in our used car inventory really right. There were some junky cars out there. We didn't buy any of those that were the problems. So our inventory is really clean right now. And then behind the scenes, our team has been out buying used cars, and we're bringing those in here really quickly. So Brian's been working on that. Sam has, used car buyers have. So you'll have plenty of used cars to sell going forward. Really, the sky's the limit on used car inventory. The faster you turn, the more you go, the more that we'll buy. It's a depreciating asset, so we want to keep turning them fast. But whatever you guys sell, we'll make sure that you've got cars to sell. So we're going to have really good inventories here moving forward on both the new and the used side of things. That also creates a lot of opportunities. Obviously, as volume comes up, really helps out from service too going forward. I know we're kind of constrained right now, the number of bays that we've got. We'll try to do some creative things there, but service is going to have a lot more bays moving forward and a lot more room in the future to do what you guys need to do. Just take a little time to get the building up and rolling. We're going to bring in some new products into F&I that maybe you haven't had access to in the past. A product that about 2 years ago, I'll tell you a story. So in Chicago, when COVID hit, we had 72 cars stolen in 6 months that we didn't get back. Think about 72 cars in 6 months. There's $4 million worth of cars. I was dying. I've never seen anything like this. And we went out and ended up hiring Carrie Ann Thomas. Some of you might have met her. She's our head of security for our organization. She ran the largest police department in the United States. She's all world. One of the things that she brought in was we started low jacking every one of our cars. The next year after that, we went from 72 cars stolen in 6 months to like 3 cars stolen in 12 months and got them all back. Like instantly. The product is amazing. It does a lot of other things. But then we turned that around and we started selling it in our F&I offices because it works so well for us. We want to give our customers access to it. And customers love the product as well. Obviously, we do a lot of service contracts, and then the other product that we're going to bring that we've done really well on is Z-Guard. Z-Guard's got the ceramic coating. Sam will tell you, I got it on my snowmobiles, I got it on my race car, put it on boats, I put it on everything. It's awesome. Every time you wash something, it looks like you just waxed it. It's a killer product as well. Last thing that we're going to do is we want to remove any barriers that you guys have to being able to do business. We want to get rid of all the bureaucracy out there and stuff like that. So I know you guys have got some processes that you'd already told me about, especially on the sales side, that you weren't real wild about. We got a chance to reset all that. So when we talk about feedback, I want honest feedback on that. If there's something you hate that you've been doing, tell us. And we'll figure out better ways to do that going forward. So we're going to remove all those barriers for you guys going forward so that you can flourish from a business standpoint. Last thing I'll tell you is you heard me talk a little bit about Zeigler University. That is a huge competitive advantage of ours. I think it's absolute best in the industry out there. I don't care how good you are, Zeigler University will make you better. So when we started this, Zeigler University. Each year it's gotten better and better and better. But we've taken some of our top sales guys that are selling 30 cars a month. Their number one guy sold 97 cars last month, legit, one at a time. You'll have access to learn from people like that. We've got a lot of guys selling 40, 50 cars a month out there. We can show you how to do that going forward, and Zeigler University is the way to do it. So wherever you want to go, I don't care if you're in sales, service, office, washing cars, wherever you want to go, Zeigler University can make you stronger. Everybody in the company has access to that. We'll bring in, I told you guys at the beginning, you guys really haven't had a lot of support from outside your own store. You get a lot of support. So you guys met some of our trainers, Mike Ben Ryan and Araya, that did the keys to success. So not only do they have a lot of classes that are recorded on Zeigler University, but they've got a lot of classes live too. Take advantage of those going forward. It'll only make you better in the future. So I know I rolled through a lot of things quick there, but I want to be cognizant of your time. I know it's a busy day with the transformation going on. I'd be happy to answer any questions that any of you have right now.
Yeah, I just want to double check regarding the customer experience. I come from fine dining, so it's kind of, kind of a habit of mine. Is there any sort of stepping on toes concern when it comes to like treating other sales best customers just in a friendly way? So
here's the deal, and it's what you're talking about is a process or political BS like getting in the way, right? Pretty much. So it's what we want to do is we just want to it's seriously, it's as simple as this. If you take out all the bureaucracy, all like the dumb processes, and you just make the customer happy, right? Like we'll figure it out. Like don't let like pay plans get in the way or two guys fighting over a deal. Like we'll make that right. You just gotta take care of the customer. And if we take care of the customer, everything's gonna be great, right? Going forward. And as a company, we can figure out like who gets credit for it or whatever else, kind of behind the scenes on that stuff. So when I talk about, being a family and having each other's backs, that's what I'm talking about. You do something for somebody else, they'll do something for you. Going forward, it's a really, really powerful deal.
Good question.
Likewise, like I said, just take care of customers. You spend some money, take care of a customer. You go tell somebody, hey, you spend a little too much money. It's a coaching moment, but we'll never get upset about that because you make a customer happy. They'll come back time and time again, and that's how we built this reputation on our company, not only from the customer side of things, but also the employee side of things too. So we'll be able to not only retain, but be able to attract the best in the business out there going forward. So that's a great question. Other questions? All right. Well, greatly appreciate you guys' time today. I'm really looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Happy to have you part of the Zeigler family. I'll get to Fort Wayne as often as I can, but I bounce around with the stories, so you'll see my team a lot. But if you need anything, grab them. My email is az@zeigler.com. Shoot me an email, you get a response. Promise you that. So appreciate it, guys. Really looking forward to it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of success going forward, and I promise you, we're gonna be number one in this market. It's just a matter of time. All right, so thanks, guys.